Hey guys, Ashley here. This is take number 10 or 11 for me. But what I want to talk to you today about is I kind of want to explain something a little bit more in depth after what I posted last week on my profile concerning, what I've been through the past year and what I posted today. What I posted today on my business page was basically, if you are in dire need of money, you need to come up with money fast. Home-based businesses that's not the answer for you right now. It might be for long term. But, I wanted to take the time to explain the reasoning behind that. And I wanted to kind of go more in depth about mindset and personal development and what that has to do with not only somebody with a home-based business and, the success that you can manifest with it, but also how it correlates with your life. Because developing the right mindset and doing personal development are not, it's not just for people in businesses. It's not just for people who are, it's not just for one kind of person. It's something that can help everybody, and it's something that I think there's a lot of people out there that really need a good dose of it and continued dose of it throughout their life, because it's just heartbreaking to see how people think these days. So to get into it, basically, first of all, what I posted on my Facebook post last week was basically explaining that, hey, I've been in this business for almost a year. I haven't made even my first rank yet, but that doesn't matter to me because I have spent all this time dealing with things in here. I don't know if you can see me pointing to my heart, but I've been dealing with things in my heart and getting things right in my head. Everybody's going to have their own journey. Everybody's going to have their own success story, their own, reasons for doing things. And, my why has changed, and I've added to it so many times because things come up. It's just a never-ending thing. It's always, you're always going to be changing something, improving something. When I first started in home-based businesses, my biggest thing was I just wanted to make more money and have to work my job less. I didn't want to have to keep working for somebody else who didn't appreciate the work I was doing. And that was my big thing. I didn't feel appreciated by, the people I was working for or the people I was working with. So I felt very underappreciated and very underpaid, definitely. Now, this time last year, I was looking for... No, Dylan, you have a drink right there. I was looking at how other people were doing in this business, and I was totally blown away. And when I got into this business, I started in July of last year. I was very excited and hopeful of what was going to happen. And some things, the first question I asked one of my mentors was, how can I do this when, what place do I need to come from when I'm approaching people who people to share this with? How can I do this? How can I, what should my thought process be? Because back then my main thing was I was just really sick and tired of our situation and my fiance working 3 jobs and hardly ever being home except, to sleep and to eat. Just so many things that you can be tired of. But I was given the chance. I was given I was given a lot of advice and hope that, you know, I was in a place that I really needed to be, because sometimes you really have to hurt before you actually, excuse my French, get the balls to make a change. Because making a change is something that can be very difficult. It can be very scary for people, you know, to change something that you've been doing for so long. And it's been a very, you know, the past 9 months they've been very rocky. There's been a lot of stuff that's happened that really set us off financially. There's been a lot of stuff. I mean, it's been a struggle. But at the same time, I mean, I was blessed enough to be put in contact with the woman who's now my life coach, who has actually helped me understand that, you know, things happen for a reason, but things happen and you just have to deal with it and find a way to move on from it. So I got a lot of mindset coaching and a lot of, you know, I did a lot of personal development myself. You know, I've, last April or May, sometime 1 year ago, I actually started developing my faith and my religion more. I actually got back into what I used to believe in. And once I turned to that and started focusing on me, because that's the most important thing. Before you can help anybody else, you have to focus on yourself. And I'm sorry if I cry a little bit. But once you start, this is why mindset is so important. Sorry. When I switched my mindset from what it was, constantly worrying about money, constantly worrying about where we were going to be, you know, a year from now, what we were going to do, because this really big bill came up out of nowhere and really put us off track. When I stopped focusing on all of that, and I put my focus into praying, and this is something for me, I'm not going to get all religious on you, because I know it's not for everybody, but when I put my focus and my faith into my God, and I started praying and asking for help to not only think more positively and be a better person, but also for the strength to become an even better person and to help other people. That's when I started seeing changes. I started feeling changes. I started feeling the energy around me change. It went from absolute, just, I could feel it around me. It was just a very heavy, dark energy. It was depressing. It was just something that I wanted to get rid of. And once I learned how to open up my heart and open up my mind and just, it's much more than just being positive. It's a whole thought process. It's feeling it inside. That's when I started seeing a lot of changes. And it's been a very, the